This is not your appointed night.
That story you told me, how did it end?
I'm not sure I know what you mean.
A friend of yours gave advice to that lady friend. Did she take him back?
Am I to understand?
Yes. After our last meeting, I broke with Madame de Tourvel.
You didn't.
I did indeed.
Seriously?
On my honor.
But how wonderful of you. I never thought you'd do it.
I thought it would have been foolish to wait.
With the anticipated results?
She was prostrate when I left. I came back the following day.
You went back?
Yes, but she refused to receive me.
Oh, you don't say.
But it was all right when I went back because, well, the most important thing to me is, well, that she's out of the picture.
Indeed.
She's in a nunnery, I've heard. Withdrawn to a convent, I believe. You were always telling me about how my reputation was in danger with this kind of business, but I think this might be my most famous exploit yet. I could use it to bat away any possible rivals for my position. I think there's only one thing that could possibly bring me greater glory.
Oh, what's that?
To win her back.
You think you could?
I don't think I couldn't.
I'll tell you why not. Because when one woman strikes at the heart of another, she seldom misses, and the wound is invariably fatal.
Is that so?
I'm so convinced it's so, I'm prepared to offer any odds you care to suggest against your success. You see, I'm also inclined to see this as one of my greatest triumphs.
There is something wonderful about women. The best thing that can happen to them is victory over another woman.
Oh, except you see, Vicomte, my victory wasn't over her.
I don't see what you mean.
It was over you. That's what's so amazing. That's what's so genuinely delicious.
You don't know what you're talking about.
You loved that woman, Vicomte. What's more, you still do, quite desperately. If you hadn't been so ashamed of it, how could you possibly have treated her so viciously? You couldn't bear even the vague possibility of being laughed at. And this is proof something that I've always suspected, that vanity and happiness are incompatible.
Whatever may or may not be the truth of this philosophical speculation, your side of the bargain is still in play. You are the one who has to sacrifice something now.
Is that so?
Dunsany must go.
Where?
I've had enough of this little whim of yours. I suggest that you call it to a halt.
One of the reasons I never remarried, despite a quite bewildering range of offers, was the determination never again to be ordered around. I decided if I felt like telling a lie. I'd rather do it for fun than because I had no alternative. So I must therefore ask you to adopt a less marital tone of voice.
But she's ill, you know. I've made her ill, and it's for your sake. The least you could do is get rid of this colourless youth.
I should have thought you'd have had enough of bullying women for the time being.
Yes. But I suppose I must be quite frank. I've come to spend the night. I shan't take too well to being turned away.
I'm sorry. But I've made other arrangements.
It was something I forgot to mention. There was something I knew I needed to tell you. But just with all these things going on, it must have just slipped my mind.
What?
Dunsany isn't coming. Not tonight.
What do you mean? How do you know?
Well, I know this because I've arranged for him to spend the night with Cecile. It's quite easy, actually. But he had told me that he was going to be here for tonight, but when I gave him the offer, it really took less than a second to decide. Seems the man knew his mind.
And now I know yours.
He's coming by tomorrow morning so he can explain and express to you his... Express to you his... Yes, that's it. Eternal friendship.
That's enough, Vicomte.
You're absolutely right. Should we go up?
Shall we what?
Go up. Unless you'd rather this, if memory serves, rather purgatorial table.
I believe it's time you were leaving.
No, I don't think so. I don't really think that I could stand a moment longer being taken advantage of.
Remember, I'm better at this than you are.
Perhaps. But it's always the best swimmers who always drown, isn't it? So, yes or no. Shan't decide for you, but you're totally free in this matter. All I will say is that a no will be seen as nothing less than a declaration of war. So, a single word is all that's required.